Welcome everybody to today's Modern Sales Mastery Show. As always, I am the social media and event coordinator here at Vengreso. So please let us know where you're tuning in from and call all your friends to join. So now let's get the show rolling, and I'm going to introduce your show host for today. She is the Chief Visibility Officer here at Vengreso, and she is going to talk about her book, 101 Tips on LinkedIn. So she's going to go through each tip and she's going to let you know what that tip entails. So please help me welcome Viveka von Rosen. Viveka, welcome.
Awesome. Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming to today's show. Yeah, we're doing LinkedIn by the numbers. So there are 100 ways that you can rock LinkedIn. And you get to play today by sharing your favorite number with me. So if you will go into comments and share your favorite number in comments, then we will get to it. Now, we've already done a couple of these sessions. So if we've already done your number, I'll probably go on to somebody else and their number, but it's your time to play. So share with me your favorite number in comments, and we will get started sharing tips from 101 ways to rock LinkedIn. Not only that, if you show up today and let us know that you're here, let us know you're here in comments. Felipe will share a link with you so you can actually get my book for free. Now, I'm not going to give you the physical book because, that would cost me like $6 in shipping, and I'm cheap that way, but we will absolutely send you the PDF so that you can get access to this book. And by the way, if you're on TikTok at all, follow me. I'm FlyViv on TikTok. I'm doing the same thing. I'm going through my book and doing 1 or 2 tips a day. So make sure that you I can't even talk. Make sure that you follow me on TikTok at FlyViv, and then you can get access to my tips as well. All right. We're seeing, I'm starting to see some numbers pop up. However, everyone's favorite number is 7, and we've already done 7. I'll go back as a reminder, though. Number 7 is your paragraph pitch. And so what you want to do before you even get started on LinkedIn is think about, who do I help? How do I help them? And you want to start crafting about a paragraph, just kind of throwing it out there, just thinking of some different ideas. But who do I help? How do I help them? Why would somebody work with me? So that's tip number 7. There we go. Tip number 7. And from that paragraph pitch, you'll do things like develop your headline. You'll expand upon that paragraph pitch and expand it into your about section. So thank you. A couple things to think about, and that is happy number 7. Okay, 23. Let's check it out, Alfredo. See you later on tonight, by the way. Oh, that sounded a little risque. I meant for our meeting. All right, number 23. Very appropriate. Add publications. Now, you might not be an author, but if you have ever written a blog post, contributed to a blog post, contributed to a forum, contributed to a podcast, a YouTube video, TikTok, anything like that, that's all kind of considered a publication. So you definitely want to add that to LinkedIn if you can. And let's go ahead and share the screen. If you can do that, awesome sauce. Okay, cool. So you're going to go here to add profile section. You might notice, by the way, that profile section has changed a little bit. And so we're going to cover that more in our Modern Sales Mastery Live at the end of the month. So we'll go over all the new changes, and we basically want LinkedIn to let them settle in a bit. But what you'll notice is if you go to, let me go there again for you. If you go to add profile section, come down to additional, that's still the same. You can come down to add publications, and you'll want to add the title to the publication. the publisher, grain of salt. Like, so if I was going to add a blog post, say that I contributed to Vengreso or Think Forum. Hey, friends over at Canon, Think Forum. I would literally put Canon or Vengreso or Think Forum here. The publication date, that goes without saying. Now, this is kind of cool. You can add authors. So let's just say I wrote the article with our friend Cindy. As long as I'm connected to her on LinkedIn, I can pull her in, and that helps to give me some more credibility, especially if I'm not working at that company. I can share the URL to that particular link, which helps to drive traffic. And then I actually have 2,000 characters here to describe the publication, pulling in keywords, letting people know why they want to click through, what's in the publication or podcast or vlog or blog, etc. And all of that goes into the publication section on LinkedIn, which is way down here. Well, skills, recommendations. There's my publications. They all go way down here. And so now people can see, and I've dropped the ball a little bit, but now people can see that publication and they can actually click through to the publication. Oh, apparently that one's not. It's not visible right now. They can click through to the publication itself, and then that helps to drive traffic, which is a win-win situation for everybody. So there you go. Thank you so much for that, Alfredo. See you in a meeting later on today. Number 23, add publications to LinkedIn. Sweet. All right. That's our first one down. Let me know, Felipe, do we have any additional... Oops, let's go out there. Do we have any additional numbers to do? All right. It looks like 20. Is it 21? We're into the 20s today. Okay. Number 21 is, we can stop sharing for right now. Number 21 is become more findable. Everybody wants to become more findable, right? Everyone wants to be more findable on LinkedIn. So I'll just read it because I haven't actually memorized my whole book. I know. That's terrible. You want people to be able to find you by your keyword skills associated with your brand. The more skill endorsements you have, the more findable you are on LinkedIn. The more you're known for something, the more likely it is that you will be endorsed for it. Duh. And more findable you become. To get more endorsements, actively endorse others and make sure that you have your settings set on LinkedIn so you can actually get endorsements. Let's see. What am I talking about there? All right, go ahead. If you don't have your skills yet, or you don't have enough skills, go to view profile, and we're going to go to the same place. Right up here at the top, you can go to add profile section, and let me see. Where have they moved it now? Maybe under additional. I don't even know where they've moved skills. Nothing like catching me out. Okay, we'll just edit this part out later. All right. So you can always scroll down. You can always scroll down to your skills. Let me see. There they are. So you can scroll down to your skills. There's this cool little take skill quiz. It really is more for traditional skills, SEO, Google Analytics, Google Ads, WordPress. There's a bunch of different assessments. And then it will let you know your skill level of that at that. That's not what I'm talking about, though. That just seems like way too much work. I mean, do it if you've got those skills. But what I'm simply talking about today is coming down to this skills section here. And if you just click on the plus sign, you can add those skills. Now, I've already added up to 50 skills. So I can't add any more, but you can. And you do want to think about skills as your keywords. So for instance, we have this program, Modern Sales Mastery. I'm actually going to share more about that at the end of today's show. And so I had to add it in here, Modern Sales Mastery. Now I only have 17 endorsements for it. So please feel free to go to my LinkedIn profile right now. Felipe will drop my link into the comments and endorse me for Modern Sales Mastery. So I had to add that as a keyword. So, LinkedIn training, that's a more obvious skill. LinkedIn speaker is a more obvious skill, but I want you to think about different skills that you have and different keywords that you have, and then go ahead and add those into LinkedIn. And then another thing that you probably want to do, let me go back to my skills here. There we are. Another thing that you are probably going to want to do is make sure that the skills that you're best known for are at the top. And actually, this is new, being able to edit. So I'm learning, oh, okay, those are the people. That's nice. Those are the people who endorsed me. So I can either turn them on or turn them off. Okay, that's good to know. I can also sort my skills by industrial knowledge, interpersonal skills, and then other skills that LinkedIn has. You used to be able to pin them to the top. So I'm a little, can we drag and drop? I don't know. All right. I'm learning something too. My team members who are listening in right now, see if you can figure out how we pin them to the top, because it looks like that's changed. Thank you, LinkedIn, for doing that right in the middle of Modern Sales Mastery Live. Oh, I gotta love LinkedIn. All right, cool. Do we have another? I love doing trainings right when LinkedIn is making all the changes. Okay. Do we have another letter? Do we have another number, rather? Do we have another number on LinkedIn? Felipe, let me know. If you are just turning into this, we are doing LinkedIn by the numbers. So we need you to share your favorite number with us. 7's already been done. Share your favorite number with us so that I can then read that tip, and then I will go ahead and show you what I mean by all of that. So let's see. Oh, I'm seeing a number pop up in our private chat. Okay, it looks like, what's with the ones today? It looks like 41. Lucky number 41. All right. Oh, this is actually a really good tip. I mean, they're all good tips, right? But 41. Use a testimonial from elsewhere. So a lot of times, and we'll talk about it more if someone gets that number, you can ask for recommendations on LinkedIn, and you should absolutely ask for recommendations on LinkedIn. But if you've been in business for a while, probably you've got testimonials, right? You've got testimonials on your website. Hopefully you have a testimonial channel or, features on YouTube. So you can actually use those testimonials in various different ways. If you have a written testimonial from somebody on your website, etc., just connect to them on LinkedIn and then ask them if they'd be willing to put that testimonial as a recommendation on LinkedIn. And then you can literally copy and paste what they wrote out before, copy and paste it in for them so that it's super, super easy. And then they can just copy and paste it and give it back to you as a recommendation. So I would recommend that all of you look at your testimonials page right now, if you have one on your website, or look at different testimonials you have. See if that person is on LinkedIn. If you're not yet connected with them, make sure to connect with them and then just simply ask them. Now, how do you do that? Let me show you. So you have to be first level connections. Let's go ahead and can you share my screen, Felipe? Oh, never mind. I think I can figure it out. Nope, that didn't work. Okay, yeah, Felipe, will you go ahead and share my screen for me? I don't know why. Isn't that weird? I don't know why it's doing that. Let's try this. Nope. Oh, well. There we go. You did it. You the man. All right. So what you want to do is go to the person's profile that you want to get a recommendation from. I literally did this the other day. I did a little work with my friend Steve. Oh my gosh. Steve, total rock star. You need to follow Steve. Now, Steve Spangler, like he's actually, I think, on Ellen today, as a matter of fact. He is like the coolest, geekiest guy you'll ever meet. And he's got millions and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of views on his YouTube channel, on Instagram, on TikTok. But on LinkedIn, he's always used it as a professional platform and been more like just doing the speaker thing on there. So we had a quick meeting together talking about how can we grow his following. Anyway, long story short, he sent me a very nice email in response and wrote some nice things, i.e., gave me a testimonial. So what I did is I simply came to Steve's profile. I came down here to more. Obviously, we need to be first level connections. I came down to request a recommendation. And then it was simply a matter of saying that Steve was a client of mine at Vengreso. And then I took what he had written in the email and I just copied and pasted it here. Steve, could you write me a recommendation similar to the one you sent me via email? Copy, paste, boom, done. So that is a really easy way that you can start to get recommendations onto your LinkedIn profile from people who've already given you a recommendation. Now, let's just say they're not on LinkedIn. What do you do then? Well, take a picture, take a screenshot of that written recommendation and just share it in your featured section, right? You can go to your LinkedIn profile, come back down here. You can go to your LinkedIn profile, go to the featured section, which is right here, hit the little old plus sign, add media, and then upload that document. It'll either be a Word doc or a PDF or even a PowerPoint. You can even do a series of written recommendations. And now you've got a visual of those testimonials. It's not going to show up as a recommendation on LinkedIn, but it still helps to build that credibility, who you are, why people should trust you. Similarly, if you've got a YouTube video with a video testimonial, go ahead and upload those to your featured section as well. Okay. I know that we are halfway through this session already. That's crazy pants. And that means it is time for one of my favorite productivity hacks, which is using a tool called Fly Message. So if you'll go ahead and roll that beautiful footage, Felipe, I'll stop talking. And if you're wondering why my TikTok name is FlyViv, it's because of Fly Message. I love that tool so much. It's the best. Okay, let's keep going. And we're going to go back to this view. There we go. It looks like Felipe is losing his internet. So I got to manage myself today. Uh-oh. All right. So let's go back to our tips. Remember, throw your favorite number in the comments section from 1 to 101. 7's already been taken. And we will read the tip. I will read the tip and showcase what I mean by that on LinkedIn. I think we have time for probably about 2 more. So if anyone has a number for me, go ahead and pop that into chat. Looks like we've got something coming up right now, and it is number 62. All right. When I get old and okay, never mind. You don't want me singing. Okay. Number 62. Engage first. Oh my Lord. I'm going to jump on my soapbox right now. One of the issues I think that a lot of people have on LinkedIn, especially, during the pandemic, post-pandemic, is their companies were going, you got to get on LinkedIn. We got to start doing virtual networking. You got to get on LinkedIn. Or they themselves thought, oh, I really need to get on LinkedIn. So they got on LinkedIn and just started spamming people. Maybe I don't know. I don't know where our common sense went. Like, hopefully you would never go to a conference or a trade show and like run up to somebody and go, hey, here's my business card. You should totally hire me because you suck and I'm awesome. And yet, don't we get that? Like, if you were to go to your inbox right now, if you were going to go to your invitations right now, how many invitations of the people who even thought to customize them, how many invitations are pretty much, hey, let me sell you something. Hey, do you need better SEO? Hey, do you need better lead generation on LinkedIn just like this? No, I don't. It drives me nuts that people get on LinkedIn and before they build their brand out, before they learn to engage with people, before they start to build the relationships, before they start to earn the right to sell, they're trying to sell. They're selling you in their connection requests. That's nuts. That's crazy. Like, think of the golden rule. Let's do unto others. Would you want someone selling to you before you even like said hello? I mean, buy me a drink first, for heaven's sake. Oh my goodness. Anyway, let me read tip number 62, which is engage first. Once you have found your prospect using the previous methods, see, now you're going to have to go and download the book to see the previous 61 methods. The next step is engaging them before inviting them to connect. That way you can create name awareness so that when you do reach out to them and invite them to connect, they're like, oh, Viveka, she's a pretty cool chick. Yeah, that Wendy, she's always sharing helpful, useful information. Oh yeah, Eduardo reached out to me the other day. He shared a really good link. What a nice guy. And then they're a lot more likely to accept your invitation to connect rather than going, oh, look, another spammer. Awesome. So please, and actually let's go ahead and Felipe, if you actually can access, go ahead and if you can share my screen. If not, I will figure out how to do it. Oh, Google Chat. No, don't need that. Okay, here we go. So if you have someone, we call it the social surround at Vengreso. It's part of our Modern Sales Mastery program, which we now offer, by the way, to individuals. So we used to only offer Modern Sales Mastery to like sales teams of 20 plus, but we do have it for individuals. I will share more information about that at the end of the training. So anyway, we do this thing called a social surround. So let's just say, actually, Eduardo, let's look at you because you so nicely commented in my in my chat. So let's go take a look at Eduardo. Works with Hippo Video, great company. We use Hippo Video all the time. In fact, if you've ever seen one of my shows on using social video, you would have heard us talking about Hippo. Anyway, I'm going to go to Eduardo. Let's just say we weren't yet connected. I wanted to connect with him. I want to build some kind of top of mind awareness with him. So I'm going to go to his profile. Hopefully he's active on LinkedIn, right? If he's not, there's other ways that you can warm up that relationship. But in this case, he's actually active on LinkedIn. I know that because he just messaged me on Modern Sales Mastery Live. And there he is showing. Okay, so we're going to come over here to posts. I can go to all activity, but I'm going to focus on posts because that's content he actually shared. So here's a post talking about sales culture. Excellent. Even better. It's in our wheelhouse, right? And there are 5 ways to do this: guiding your clients, celebrating each other, sharing your plan. And so I'm going to come down here. I'm not only going to like it, I'm going to like celebrate it or go, whoa, that's insightful. Now, normally I would read this, but I'm not going to take 12 minutes to read this article while we're sitting on a live show. But normally I would recommend that you definitely read it first. But I am just going to go ahead and grab this. So I'm going to say, woo, that was insightful. And I'm going to say something like, thanks so much for sharing this at. I always want to mention my individual that I'm trying to get their attention because that's going to give them a notification. I'm not going to disappear with everybody else who's commenting. So I'm going to say, thanks so much for sharing this, Eduardo. I love this breakdown. And then I'm just going to add the links that he did. Which is your favorite? So I'm asking a question. Favorite. There we go. I'm asking a question, and that might actually initiate or encourage him to respond to me. So now I've built some top of mind awareness with Eduardo. So the key here, I'm going to my prospect's profile. I'm going to their content. I'm going to their individual posts. Now, if he hadn't posted anything, I'd go back to all activity, but he did post something. I'm going to go read what he actually shared, read his post. When I come in here to the comment section, I'm going to mention him. That way, LinkedIn will notify him that I've mentioned him. So that starts to build that face name recognition. I'm going to comment on the content, and I'm going to ask him a question. By the way, you can also add images, add GIFs, things like that will really help you stand out. So that will help build the relationship, or at least start to build that KLT, that know, like, and trust factor. So now Eduardo is going to feel a little bit like he knows me. Hopefully he likes me because I was nice to him. And he might trust me enough when I then go to his profile and invite him to connect. Now we're already connected, so I don't have to do that. But when I invite him to connect, I'm not just going to like send the default connection request. I'm actually going to say, hey, Eduardo, love the content that you're sharing on LinkedIn. Don't know if you noticed, I commented on your latest post. I actually, clicked through, read it, sent it to a few friends of mine. It was really good. Thank you for recommending it, or thank you for sharing it. And hey, how about connecting on LinkedIn? Something like that. Eduardo's going to be a lot more likely to accept my invitation than, just like, you don't know me, but I totally am inviting you to LinkedIn because I'm going to try and sell you something next, which is unfortunately what most people do. All right. So that was number 62. Engage first. Build your relationships first on LinkedIn before inviting people to connect. Earn the right. You need to earn the right to send an invitation to request. Let me try that again. You need to earn the right to send the invitation request, and they are a lot more likely to accept that request if you take that little bit of time. All right, we have 2 minutes left. I think, yep, I see another number down there. Okay. Number 71. Okay, this is kind of along the same lines. Number 71, messaging via the 80-20 rule. So I'll read that out to you. Unless your brand is being a spam bot, only use LinkedIn Messenger or LinkedIn messaging to share information and content your prospects and clients will actually be interested in. Don't spam your brand new connections with your free webinar or pitch for your new product. After a few messages back and forth, once you earn the right, yes, then you can ask for the meeting. But the problem, similar to the invitation that we just talked about, the invitation request that we just talked about, is you connect with someone and they put you into their newsletter funnel without your permission. Oh my God, that drives me absolutely insane. Like, I did you the favor of connecting with you on LinkedIn, and now you're going to stick me on some newsletter that I didn't sign up for. Delete spam, delete spam. Or, we connected on LinkedIn and your very next message to me is going to be a sales pitch. And I get that there are a lot of people out there and companies offering automation. Unfortunately, most of them are doing it wrong. Automation on LinkedIn, kind of a big no-no. It's really about the quality of relationships, not the quantity of relationships, which these automation companies don't realize. But anyway, another soapbox for another time. You want to build that relationship. We have something called the PVC methodology. It stands for personalize, add value, and then your call to action. So you always want to personalize that message, not dear ma'am, not dear sir, by the person's name. Add something of value, blog post, video, white paper, checklist, something that that person on the other end of that message will find valuable. You can leave a voicemail. You can even leave a video message using Hippo, which is what we just talked about. Another great tool is OneMob. Anyway, you want to leave a message, leave something of value. And your call to action should be more along the lines of read this article and let me know what you think. Read this article and let me know if you have a similar problem, right? You shouldn't go right for the meeting unless it's a warm lead. Unless they reached out to you and asked you for information, then yes, absolutely go for that meeting. But if it's a cold lead, you need to warm up the relationship first. And you should only use messaging to do that, to warm up the relationship, to add value, to use that PVC, personalized value, call to action methodology. And then over time, on us, I think it's like the fifth or sixth action in our outbound cadence. Then you can ask for the meeting. But before that, again, you're just earning the right. So there we go. That takes us 1 minute. Wow, time goes by quickly. That took us 1 minute past our half hour. And I think Felipe is going to play a video now. If you want to learn more tips, more tricks, more strategies like this, yes, you can download my ebook for free, but you might also want to check out our Modern Sales Mastery for Individuals program. It's completely on demand, and it will show you all of the ways to do LinkedIn the right way so you can truly rock it. So go ahead, Felipe, play that beautiful footage.
We're not sweating our numbers. We're not struggling to prospect or find customers. We're not even sweating into quarter because we're growing a foundation of A-level sales talent. We're rethinking successful habits, and we're rethinking our entire digital prospecting strategy. We're going to break records and explode our sales funnel. We're doing things differently, and we're doing things better than before. Because this program showed us how to not only excel at sales, but how to become a prospecting master.